divinity and aspects of spiritualism. So yeah, I'm gonna pitch in religions right now. We're gonna really do this elevator pitch thing?
Yeah, I guess. Hi, I'm Crystal.
There we go. You can just say hi.
Yeah, I'm Crystal. Hi. Thanks for having us today.
No worries.
I'm Louise. Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Shelby. Nice to meet you.
Dana, nice to meet you.
Megan.
Hey.
Jose.
Sarah, thank you.
Renee.
Hi.
Thanks so much.
Thanks for having
No
us.
worries. Yeah, I've got a few seats if everyone wants to. And there's also the mezzanine. Yeah. So yeah, we kind of, I guess we're sort of at the halfway point, probably of the exhibition of Josh Lilly Gallery in mid-February, I think. And it'll be the second solo case.
Yeah, it's the third show. The second show was a two-person show with an artist called Victor Willing, who was an important British painter in the 1980s who died quite young, also mid-career, and sympathetic aesthetically. So this show is his first proper solo show since the first show.
Yeah, that was a really nice opportunity actually, because I kind of gravitated quickly back to painting, having shown my first show was predominantly actually kind of relief-based sculpture, wall-based sculpture. That was predominantly kind of taking the form of the takeaway coffee cup lid, making these big tondo relief sculptures that were sort of computer cut and a little bit like kind of classical ancient Roman tondos in some ways. But yeah, and then I kind of moved, but I've always been a painter, so that was a really nice opportunity. Also, I think Josh had a kind of family connection to Paola Rego, who was Victor Willing's wife, and we're actually able to kind of make an exhibition kind of 50-50 with works from his estate, and that was just really great because he was very well known and well respected at the time in the 80s, but he's someone who's kind of not, now he's suddenly not so well known, but we just had a feeling that kind of, I certainly felt that like whenever I've shown his work to people when they've been around the studio, people being really drawn to it, and it was just exciting thing to kind of to show people the work. But so this has kind of been a nice, compared to the last couple of things I've done with the gallery, which have been art fairs, where the kind of rate of turnaround was really fast actually. So like the last one we did in New York was, I think I made like 6 paintings in 6 weeks, which was like
We showed three
very
paintings, not
yeah.
quite this large, vertical size, slightly narrower, but at the kind of 6 by 8 feet dimensions in May. And yeah, it's weird. It can work very, very quickly. And you will if asked.
yeah.
So
I think it's, I mean, I couldn't have sustained that for sure. Like but the last day I was in here, I literally had sort of an urge to like lie down on the floor and go to sleep. I've never quite been that tired just from working before. But it was actually, I found it a really good thing just to kind of see what the limit was in a way, but it wouldn't have been healthy to kind of keep that going. But then it felt really nice to kind of have like basically 9 months towards a solo exhibition, and then I also kind of, being one of the London-based artists, I've kind of been at the gallery a lot of times, so I know the space pretty well. So it's not a case of needing to build a phone call model of the space or anything. I feel like I can trust that I have a sense of where things will go, and also leave a bit of fun for the install. I kind of like feel I quite kind of it always feels like a special experience to be able to spend that time in the space and actually move the works around and see what feels right where and how to kind of paint the show. It's a bit of an unusual. Have you been to the gallery yet? Or?
Not yet. Perhaps to get a chance, but it's like a museum in microcosm in that it's not a single square. It's sort of 4 chambers. So corners and angles and views through and long views through, framed by doorways on. We have big walls, but it's lots of twists
Yeah, so you get to do kind of like reviewers, and then it's not this sort of good mandatory kind of corner and spot another work that you can relatively.
That's quite nice. Do you,
Yeah.
and so with the, how does that adjust your, I mean, do you set the, do the works then enter into a kind of narrative loop, or is it more about like getting partnerships and certain sight lines? Like, how do you deal with the breaking up of that space?
I think, yeah, partly it'd be maybe certain paintings that probably need the most distance possible, which, given the size of them, will be certain ones, certain walls which get quite far back from. But yeah, I guess like narrative in the sense of like the type of narrative you can only have in a sort of visual
Yeah.
sense. But a bit like, yeah, a bit of storyboarding thing, I think is possible.
Mm.
And also there's the upstairs and downstairs, so
The main conversation we're having now, and what I'm mostly listening to with my eyes, and listening to